Welcome to Wrestle Tracks, everybody. Lee Houston and David Burton in the house. How you doing, David?
I'm good. I'm great.
Awesome. Well, tonight, I want to say around 8 o'clock, I want to say 7, 8 o'clock, was the exact time, the exact day that we lost Owen Hart.
Yes.
Now, I don't remember the time at that particular time exactly, but it was during a pay-per-view. And what happened was Owen Hart was supposed to glide from the ceiling to the ring, and the thing snapped, and he fell.
Well, I remember watching it at home. I was in a state of absolute shock. I couldn't believe what was going on.
Yes, sir.
Of course, we didn't see him fall because the cameras cut to the crowd. But I remember Jim Ross telling everybody what was going on and how serious and how real it was. He fell from the ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
And it was one of the craziest things I've ever heard or seen in wrestling.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, that was supposed to copy Shawn Michaels' entrance when he did it at WrestleMania, right?
Yes.
Right. So, now in this business, this is a pre-planned business, but you can't plan for everything, and some things happen beyond our control. So, like we said, he was to glide from the ceiling to the ring, just like Shawn Michaels was supposed to do, just like Shawn Michaels did. Well, this time the thing broke. They removed it from the network. They still had the whole pay-per-view. This was, I want to say, 1999. I want to say, yeah, Over the Edge, 1999. You can still watch it. It's still available on the network. They just took the part out of Owen Hart, the whole Owen Hart thing from the promos and everything. But what they did,
Everything is still on YouTube, though. You can watch it on YouTube.
What they did do, they dedicated the show to Owen Hart. But you can watch. You can just type in Jim Ross announces Owen Hart's death or something like that, and it'll tell you what happened at that particular time.
That's right. Man, that was crazy.
Yes, sir. Owen Hart was one of the most beloved wrestlers. He was like the I dare say Eddie Guerrero before his time.
I agree. I think I can concur with that.
Yeah.
You know, you've heard people talk about him all the time for years and years and years. And I've never heard anybody ever say a bad word about him.
Yes,
Not
sir.
one person.
Owen Hart, by the way, those of you who don't know who Owen Hart is or who Owen Hart was, he's the son of Hall of Famer Stu Hart, one of many brothers of Hall of Famer Bret Hart. It's the fun fact: every Hart boy, from Stu, from Bret, Owen, Bruce, all the other kids, have eventually passed through WWE.
That's true. They all appear on WWE television in some way, shape, or form. That is very true.
Yes, sir.
Wow.
Owen was cool, man. One of the things that didn't make sense though was the Blue Blazer thing.
Yeah, I remember that. I thought it was stupid, but it was what it was.
Yes, sir. And here's a fun fact for you: Hall of Famer Mark Henry. Yes, Mark Henry was trained in the Dungeon. The Dungeon was Stu Hart's wrestling school. He trained for the likes of Edge, Christian, Lance Storm, all of his own kids, all the Hart boys. His granddaughter Natalia Neidhart.
Yeah, Tyson Kidd, the Dynamite Kid, Chris Benoit, Chris Jericho, Lance Storm and Just Incredible, Roddy Piper. So many guys have came through that Hart house.
Yes, sir.
It's insane.
And the reason why it's called a high house was for Stu Hart believed you're gonna learn some respect for this business. There was no air conditioning in the dungeon.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean old school training. Like ain't no air conditioning, you want air, you gonna earn it. Ain't no you want food, you gonna earn it, you want air, you gonna earn it, you want sleep, you gonna earn it in the dungeon house.
That's right. He beat the tar to everybody he Jesse train.
It'd be cool. Go on.
I was watching one of Owen's matches. One of my favorite matches with him is against his brother Brett at WrestleMania 10. For those, if you didn't see that match, I suggest you check it out. Currently on the WWE Network.
Yeah.
That was actually the first match of WrestleMania 10. The match is a classic.
Yes, sir. By the way, speaking of the network, I want to just point this out to all parents. Somewhere around the 90s to 2011, none of that stuff is PG. I'm telling you right now. I'm watching The Undertaker 25 anniversary, and there was a moment where Minia, remember Minia?
Yeah.
So he wants to join the Ministry of Darkness, and there was this process he had to go through, and Undertaker cuts his hand and everything. Watch it. I'll tell you right now, it is just messed up. On how the hell we got away with that in the 90s, so we did.
You know what? I heard about that. I don't remember much of it, but I do remember hearing about that.
Yeah.
Probably watching Nitro when that was going on.
just go to YouTube. If you can't find it, should be on the network, but go to YouTube, type in Midian joins Mystery Darkness. I'm telling you right now, that ain't ketchup, by the way. That's actual blood. I don't know how they did that, but they did it. I don't know how they got away with it, but they did it.
That was crazy.
Back to brother.
What are some of your favorite memories of Owen?
Man, I didn't. To be real with you, I wasn't really much of a Owen Hart fan, but I do remember vividly the Stone Cold Steve Austin Owen Hart feud.
Oh yeah, that was interesting.
Owen Hart broke Stone Cold's neck with a good old fashioned pile driver, and the thing is, Austin finished the match, won the title, and then had surrendered the next night. But nonetheless,
that was shocking. I can't believe he was able to move after that.
I'm like, he messed up his neck bad. The pile driver, like in this business, you supposed to you trust each other with your body and your life in this business. So you have to prepare yourself for these kind of moves. So Owen Hart drops the pile driver on Austin. Somehow, some way, Austin finishes the match, wins the championship, and the next night, I don't know when this was exactly, but I want to say it's the night that Big Man got his first stunner. I don't know when that was.
That was actually a month after that SummerSlam.
There you go. So I don't know if this has any. It has something to do with Bret Hart a little bit, Owen Hart a little bit, and then Steve Austin came in the ring, attacked Owen Hart. Vince said, "What you doing? You can't wrestle. You injured. What you doing?" And he got his first stunner. But Owen Hart, Steve Austin, one of my favorite matches.
Yes, I remember that vividly. He actually, while he was injured, he kept attacking Owen Hart during his matches. Owen Hart got sick of being attacked by Stone Cold.
Yeah.
So he went and got a restraining order, and Stone Cold attacked him anyway, and that's when Vince got in the ring while he was about to be arrested, and then got a stunner.
And then went to jail anyway.
Yeah, he went to jail anyway. It was like, what are you doing?
Now, I know tonight is an Owen Hart night, but I got plenty of the Bret Hart moments. But I was really a big fan of Bret. But I tell you this, as a father, let's say you're a dad. You got two kids, but you got a bunch of kids, but your main two are involved in wrestling, right? So they have a match, and as a dad, you're supposed to love all your kids, but that's probably the most. I bet Stu Hart felt conflicted at that time. Like, okay, who am I rooting for? Stu or Bret? Bret or Owen?
Good point.
You know,
I could be wrong about this, but my thing is, well, I'm not going to root for anybody. Just let them do what they got to do, and they'll be over with.
Yeah. And wrestling has its fair share of brothers beating some sense into each other. Let's put it like that.
Oh Oh, yeah. I always thought Owen was a better wrestler than Brett.
Yeah.
Owen was a little more exciting to watch, and he was able to do more than Brett. Brett was... I mean, they both were very, very good wrestlers. Owen was a flyer. So he was more exciting to watch. I always thought Owen was a better worker, but I was a huge Bret Hart fan.
Definitely. Man, I remember after, I think it was a couple of months after Owen passed away, Bret Hart was not his normal self.
Yes.
You know, it's real hard as an athlete to get back to your sense of things when Owen passed away. Bret couldn't wrestle, but his wrestling wasn't the same. His style wasn't the same. Eventually, he retired full time.
Well, Bret wasn't the same. Period.
Mm-hmm.
After that whole concussion thing that ended his career with the Goldberg match, his life started falling apart pretty much after Owen's death.
Yep.
You know, they lost Davey in 2002. Their mother passed in 2001. Stu passed in 2003. Brett, he suffered a stroke in 2002. Cancer survivor, stroke survivor.
Yeah, the Hart family has definitely been through their share of tragedies.
Yes, sir.
I'm just saying, by the way, I gotta send an invitation out to Bret Hart and to Bret and Mrs. Hart, because the boy got some soul in him. I didn't know his wife was black. I'm just gonna put it out there. So y'all invited to the cookout, Mr. and Mrs. Hart. I didn't know his wife was black.
Yes, his new wife is black, and if my memory's correct, I believe her name is Stephanie.
Well, Bret and Stephanie Hart, y'all definitely invited to the cookout. For real. I ain't know Bret Hart had some soul in him.
Yeah, me neither. I was like, wait a minute, he's got a black brother?
Mm-hmm. Let's see here.
She's pretty. I seen her on Total Divas.
For real?
Yeah, she was on Total Divas.
With Natalia and them, or just her own thing?
No, it was Natalia and all of them. They had like a big dinner, hot dinner. Natalia and Tyson Kidd and Anvil and Brett, his wife, and her mom. They had like a big family thing. But just them.
Yes, sir, man. Owen, I'm actually looking this up right now because I don't remember all about Owen, but I'm looking this up right here. Check this out. This dude right here, the accomplishments on this brother right here. Check this out. I'm looking this up right now. Yes, I'm using my cheat sheet. Owen Hart is a Legends Pro Wrestling Hall of Famer, New Japan Pro Wrestling, IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion. He's a former Intercontinental Champion, of course. He's twice. He's a Slammy Award winner when they had the Slammies back at that time. And by the way, the Slammy Awards, they used to have like a dinner style award ceremony.
Yeah, that's true. I remember they used to do it every year at one point, so they stopped doing it in 2015.
The Hall of Fame and the Slammy Awards used to be dinner style. They actually served dinner during the show.
Sure.
For the wrestlers, of course. Let's see what else this man has done right here. He's the King of the Ring, former Tag Team Champion, Intercontinental Champion, European Champion, and that's just WWE. And Stampede Wrestling, his father's promotion, Stu Hart promotion. He's a Stampede Commonwealth Heavyweight Champion, a Stampede Wrestling International Tag Team Champion, Stampede North American Heavyweight Champion. Man, this dude's done it all. Stampede Wrestling Hall of Famer. And I can go on and on.
He's had a lot of accomplishments. Well, at the time, he won every title available to him to win in WWE except for the WWE title.
Oh, yeah. And unfortunately, wait a minute, hold up. No, Okay, I'm shocked. I was Wikipedia. Normally, when they list the wrestlers, they have the best matches, the worst matches. Owen Hart has never had a worst match award.
That's true.
Because they normally have the best match award, the worst match award, best feud award, worst feud award. Not with Owen Hart. The feud of the year back in '97 was Bret Hart, Jim the Anvil Neidhart, David Boy Smith, Brian Pillman versus Stone Cold Steve Austin. Feud of the year back in '97.
Wow, good old Hart Foundation.
Yes, sir, man. Dude, we want to send much love to Mrs. Martha Hart, his wife, and maybe one day, we shall see Owen Hart in the Hall of Fame.
Maybe when his wife dies, she's the reason he's not in it.
Yeah, man, it's messed up.
I mean, I'm not the type of person to say this, but I hope her kids don't turn out like she did, like her.
Ooh.
I mean, for you to hold a grudge for 20 years, something's wrong there.
Right.
And I hope she's not teaching that to her kids, and I hope her kids don't end up being like her.
Is that because of the way he died? That she holding?
Yeah, she's been holding a grudge for 20 years.
Well, it's not like accidents happen, so there really ain't nobody to blame here.
Right.
It happened. They apologized. They did what they could.
Yeah, the woman's trying to act as if that part of his life never existed. Like he was never a wrestler.
Yeah.
So for her to act like that's never happened and not to let him be acknowledged on WWE television on the Hall of Fame, which is kind of selfish in a way.
Mm-hmm.
After why Mark Henry said what he said during his Hall of Fame induction, it's pretty much another reason why a lot of the Hart family don't like her because of it.
Well, that's kind of messed up. I remember, who was Bret Hart's wife during the screw job?
Some white woman.
Yeah. Ouch. Well, that would have been the same case. Like she could have had a grudge with WWE at the time. How y'all gonna screw my husband out of the title on his last night? But thank God she didn't.
Yeah, but that's different. You gotta remember, Bret Hart didn't die from a screw job. So he's alive and he has control over what he can do.
Yeah. Yeah, point there.
Between him and Owen can't speak for himself because he's not here. So everything has to go through his wife, unfortunately.
Yes, sir, Jim. Hang on, my TV is tripping, ladies and gentlemen. Let me fix this right quick. Now, Money in the Bank's coming up, ladies and gentlemen. And I'll tell you, how cool would it be? Father's Day night, you win the pay-per-view. Hang on a second. Wait. You win the pay-per-view, and then you come home, and your kids say, "Dad, what's that?" "Oh, this right here. I cash this in, get to bring home a championship."
Mm-hmm. That would be pretty awesome to cash in the same night on Father's Day.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Then on the other hand, it'd be cool. Brock Lesnar was there. You can cash in on Brock Lesnar. That's not going to happen. But, ladies and gentlemen, what will happen is Ronda Rousey, Nia Jax for the Women's Championship on Raw.
That's right. Oh, and just announced on SmackDown, AJ Styles will defend the WWE Championship against Shinsuke Nakamura in a last man standing match.
Yes, sir. Ain't no crying to your mama. Ain't no rematches. All you gotta do is beat somebody so bad you can't stand 10 seconds. You win the match. This is going to be. There's going to be a winner, and by God, there's going to be a loser.
See, now I'm looking forward to that match just because it's a last man standing match. So that should be a real good one.
Yeah.
And all the other matches on the card, let's run down here. We have, well, of course, the 2 Money in the Bank ladder matches. The male Money in the Bank featuring both Raw and SmackDown superstars. Same thing for the women. Lana, who just qualified for the Money in the Bank ladder match earlier. Tonight during SmackDown, after beating Billie Kay, I believe she joined Ember Moon and Alexa Bliss. Trying to remember who else is in this match on the top of my head. Naomi, Becky Lynch, Charlotte, who's also in the Money in the Bank ladder match, and others to be announced. Then you got some of the male participants in the Money in the Bank ladder match. You have The Miz, Finn Balor, Big E of the New Day, Braun Strowman, Bobby Roode, and I'm not sure if I'm missing anybody else, but that's what I have right here on my notes that I remember so far.
Yes, sir.
And do you know there's others to be announced? The SmackDown tag titles will be on the line. The Bludgeon Brothers are going to defend the titles against Gallows and Anderson. Another match that was recently added to the pay-per-view. And the SmackDown Women's Championship, Carmella will defend against Asuka.
Yes, sir. Gonna be pretty good, ladies and gentlemen. Now, answer me this, man. Like, why is it that most superstars get pissed when they cash in on? Isn't that the point of the contract?
Yes, it is.
So why do people get all pissed off when somebody cash in on them? That's the point.
Because, well, when you're in a knockdown, drag-out match and you're tired and you pretty much ain't got nothing left, it's kind of like somebody took a cheap, easy way out. And you're saying to yourself, you know what, that's the only way he beat me is because I'm not 100%. But if I was 100%, this would have never happened. So that's my take on why people get pissed off when they get the money that they cash in on them.
Interesting. There's been 3 failures to cash in. John Cena, my favorite failure. The new guy, what's his name? Baron Corbin. There you go. And of course, my favorite failure to cash in is Damien Sandow.
Very. I'll never forget that cash in. I remember John Cena basically wrestled that match with one arm and lost. The match didn't even go like 10 minutes. So that was the end of Damien Sandow.
Yes.
If they were going to do that, they should have never had him win the match in the first place.
And John Cena, when he cashed in, this dude made the dumbest mistake you can do as the Money in the Bank holder. He announced when he's going to cash it in, and then had the match. Here comes Big Show, interrupts. Therefore, you cashed it in. It's an official match. Therefore, you lost by disqualification.
That's true. Well, Rob Van Dam did the same thing, but RVD, who's not John Cena, won the match.
Right.
That was my favorite cash in. Seeing RVD cash in at ECW One Night Stand in front of the ECW audience, that was cool.
And of course, the first cash in is my favorite. John Cena was a bloody mess. Can't barely stand. He somehow retained the title. Vince said, hold up, wait a minute, it ain't over. Edge comes in, cashes in. 3 good spears. Wins the title. And the next night on Raw, yes, ladies and gentlemen, it happened. A live celebration.
Mm-hmm.
But doggone it, he was interrupted by Ric Flair.
Yeah, and Ric Flair got taken out and got a concerto for his troubles. Don't interrupt Edge.
I was watching that. I'm like, they're not gonna go that far with it. So they have a bed in the ring. Leaders, they took off some articles of clothing. I'm like, how far are they gonna go with this thing? So Edge comes on from under the sheets with Lita's panties in his mouth. I'm like, okay, they're gonna do it. They're gonna do it. And next thing you know, you hear, woo! I'm like, crap, not now. I'm like, okay, they went that far with it. You might as well go ahead and do the thing. you taking underwear off, you might as well go ahead and finish it. And John, they about to get it on, and here come Ric Flair. I'm like, oh, Nature Boy, I love you, but you messing up right now.
Yeah. What about the Kane then? Kane was the first person to win Money in the Bank and cash in the night that he won it.
In fact, he's the only person to do that.
No.
Nope.
People did that.
I'm talking about money at Money in the Bank itself.
Yeah, 2 people did it. The other was Dean Ambrose.
Oh yeah.
Cashed in on Seth Rollins and won the title.
Yep. I'm waiting for another WrestleMania to cash in. Probably not going to happen. I'm waiting for it.
Who knows? Time will tell.
For right now, the only person to do that. You're damn right. Right now, the only person to do that is Seth Rollins. He cashed so. Brock Lesnar, Roman Reigns beating the holy hell out of each other, and then we just waiting somebody to capitalize on it. Here comes Seth Rollins, cashes in. It's a triple threat match. He pins the challenger, not the champion. We have a new world champion in Seth Rollins.
I was just watching that match a few days ago.
Yes, sir. And
like, you know what? This match wasn't all that bad as people say it was.
And Brock Lesnar was pissed, because here's the juicy part. The winner of that match gets to fly to New York, do the Today Show. So it was supposed to be Brock Lesnar on the plane, joining a nice juicy steak on the Today Show. But no, Seth Rollins messed all that up. Cashes in, he's on the plane, he's eating the steak, he's on Today Show, coming from a nice luxury chilling out plane. And that's supposed to be Brock Lesnar.
So that was interesting, because they both had WrestleMania in California, then they go to California to New York, and then they go back to California for Raw.
Yeah. Man, this is why I have much respect for these people's travel. It's not easy to traveling by it as a wrestler. Traveling itself is difficult.
True.
These guys, like, just recently went on the tour. There was a South Africa.
Let us reiterate this. We're talking about WWE's travel, because no other wrestling company travels as much as WWE's wrestles.
Right.
No. Continue.
So they went from South Africa. They went to Saudi Arabia, St. Louis. That's a lot of travel. That's a lot of flying, driving, whatever they're gonna do. That's a lot.
You're absolutely right about that.
Luckily for them, it's all paid for.
That reminds me of what Chris Jericho did. How about that?
Oh.
Saudi Arabia, WWE, and then he's in Japan for New Japan. I was like, wow.
Yes, sir. Luckily for them, it's all paid for. So they don't have to. Let's go get a rental car. Everything is already paid for.
Well, technically, yeah, you're right about that. But WWE, I do know that the wrestlers pay for their own travel.
Yeah. Oh, they do?
Yes.
Interesting.
Except for that Saudi Arabia and tribute to the troops, I do know that they all had all wrestlers on one plane.
I thought it came out of their check or something. I didn't know they paid for it themselves.
Yeah. With the exception of Brock Lesnar, who travels on a private plane.
Oh, of course.
That he owns. But everybody else, they had the entire company on one plane, and they flew them to Saudi Arabia. Just like what they do the tribute to the troops, and they go overseas.
Yes, sir. By the way,
one thing, they don't serve alcohol anymore.
Yeah. By the way, while I got on my mind, I want to send a happy heavenly birthday to the 8th wonder of the world, Andre the Giant.
Yes. Happy birthday to the big man.
I believe his birthday was last past weekend, I believe.
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
I'm trying to remember how old he would be right now, because he was... wow. I know he was 46 when he passed in 93.
Yeah. Man, I tell you, Andre, like this dude right here. I remember one time I made the joke. It was really messed up joke because I thought I saw sciences all grades are the same size. So I made this comment, not a joke, but I made a comment about everybody's. You probably haven't seen. I said you probably haven't seen Andre the Giant's grave. So I went on. I typed in Andre the Giant. I looked him up. And I found out he was cremated instead of buried. I was like, my bad. So I was like, I just sat down like, damn, my bad.
Yeah, he actually chose to be cremated and had his ashes scattered all over his ranch at his home.
What happened to the ranch? Somebody probably owned it, obviously, but.
I know one of his best friends is managing his estate on his ranch. I believe it's in South Carolina, if my memory's correct.
Oh, cool.
And I know he has a daughter who's about, I believe she's in her 30s right now.
Interesting.
She recently attended an episode of SmackDown, I think a year ago, and there's a Twitter picture of her in Italian. I was like, oh, wow.
You think she'd be interested? You think she'd be interested in the wrestling business like her daddy?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah. So that's the beauty about WWE. You know, they have tryouts. They'll give anybody a shot. You know, they like a tryout match. You go to Florida. They give you a tryout. See if you can take a punch. Can you handle being slapped in the face? Can you handle being punched in the face? Can you handle this? Can you handle that? And they'll give anybody a shot. After that, it's up to you.
That's true.
They'll give a housewife, a celebrity, average Joe, a tryout match. See what you got. Can you handle being punched in the face? If not, we're gonna find something else for you to do.
Yeah, that's true.
You can do commentary. You can do. You can work at the actual headquarters, like janitorial stuff. You can do voiceover work, all kind of stuff.
Yep.
20 years ago, that was not even possible. 20 years, they would not open the doors to average Joe people.
Yeah.
20 years ago, you gotta either have a daddy, an uncle, a brother, somebody in this business.
You had to work much harder to get into the door 20 years ago.
Nowadays, anybody can get a tryout match. I mean, anybody. I can go to Florida right now and get a tryout match. Anybody can try out. But 20 years ago, you gotta have somebody related in this business to get up in here. So I wonder.
How long have you been doing this? 10 years.
I wonder, what if the Usos, Roman Reigns, Tamina Snuka, Nia Jax, whether they were not related to The Rock, would they still be in this business?
I think so, yeah.
Is that saying true?
Yeah, I believe that, yes.
That saying proves true, man. It's not what you know, but who you know.
That saying is very true sometimes in most cases.
Damn right, man. I was like, back in the day, I was like, oh no, it's what you know is important. Screw that. It's who you know, damn it. Oh man, that's not.
I remember I heard Vince say that a few years ago.
Oh. I've asked this question a lot here. I'm gonna go ahead and ask it. Let's say the day comes when Vince passes on. Who gets the keys to the kingdom?
Wait, you say that Vince wants to go?
Like, if Vince was kicked the bucket, who gets the keys?
I really don't know, to be honest.
Yeah.
I would have to say Shane, but the way it looks right now, it may look like it may go to Triple H.
Yeah.
But I gotta lean towards Shane. But I know Shane still does stuff on the side, other than just WWE.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I believe, because I know he helped start You on Demand, which is a cable company based in China. So I know he's part owner of that, and he still participates in that. And I know he's half owner of a motorcycle shop in New York, which he lives in New York. So I know he's busy with those stuff other than just WWE. So I want to say Shane, but I think it might be Triple H, in my personal opinion.
Yeah, it might be. But one thing I hope, ladies and gentlemen, I hope that either McMahon / Levesque, will always run WWE.
I will say this though. When Vince is no longer in charge, there will be a different WWE. You will not see the way WWE is ran today.
Oh, definitely.
Because Shane's philosophy on things is different, and so is Triple H's. And Vince, we all know what his philosophy is. We see it every week for over 30 years.
Remember the Kiss My Earth Club?
Yes, I was stupid.
Ladies and gentlemen, those of you who don't know what it is, the Kiss My Earth Club, real simple. If you want a job, or you want to keep your job within World Wrestling Entertainment, all you got to do is pucker up and literally, physically, kiss Mr. McMahon's rear end to get or keep your job.
You know what kind of sucks, even though you work there, is like you pretty much have to do what you're told like any other job, but if the people in that company came to me and go, hey, we're going to do an angle, you're going to kiss Vince McMahon's ass, I would have said no.
Shit. Let me tell you something.
I wouldn't risk getting fired. My answer is no. Okay, you don't fire me, go ahead. I'm not kissing his ass on television.
Ain't no money in the world. I love this business. I'm watching wrestling since 95. I love this business. But if I was to work for Vince McMahon, and they came to me and said, you know what? It's not working out. If you want to keep your job, you got to pucker up, kiss McMahon's butt. Literally, bro, I will punch you in your balls if I kiss your butt. That's not happening. But then again, some people in this business have done a whole lot of stuff to save their job. I ain't gonna name no names, but a certain British chap, it was right after Survivor Series 2001. A certain British man was in between. Like, you came from a company that's about to put us out of business. You don't deserve to be here. And he's also between, okay, I need a job. I need it now. And the only option available to keep your job is to literally pucker up and kiss the chairman's butt. So this dude ate some humble pie and literally kissed his butt with chapstick on to save his job.
Unfortunately, he's not the only one to do that.
Oh, of course not. Oh no, the list goes on and on. Jim Ross, incidentally, Shane McMahon. Long story there.
I kind of don't count that, but
Stone Cold Steve Austin was supposed to do it, didn't happen.
No, he got stunned. Oh, no, I remember Mick Foley did it.
Oh, definitely.
I know there were others, but I can't remember the others, so, oh well. But those are the main three I remember the most is JR, Riddle, and Mick Foley. Mick Foley. Like, kiss another man's ass on television. Absolutely no.
Vince McMahon.
No.
At the same time, he's a genius, and then back in the day, he was an idiot.
Oh, he was always an idiot.
This dude right here, Tori Wilson's first night when she was with the Alliance, okay? Vince was like, yeah, I'm going to get some. So, they in the laundry room. This was the night that WCW main evented on Raw, which was unheard of. So, Vince and Tori Wilson in the laundry room. Vince thought he was going to get some. He's like, yeah, get ready for Mr. Mac Daddy. And guess who catches him with his pants down? Mrs. Linda McMahon.
Yes, that was funny.
And Vince is like, you don't trust me?
Out with Tori Wilson on her first night. That's how you do business with the women?
Shoot. I was surprised. There was, like, when they did the illegitimate child thing, I was surprised it wasn't a younger diva. That thing got out of control. They had Mae Young, they had Pat Patterson, they had the baseball guy,
that was
Big Dick Johnson.
Oh no!
The oily guy, Big Dick Johnson. I'm like, dude, this got out of control. We never did find out who his mother was. Hornswoggle's mother.
Actually, here's an interesting fun fact about Big Dick Johnson. At the time he was doing that stuff on TV, he was actually writing for the company backstage.
Oh, cool.
So he wasn't someone that just found and said, here, go on TV. He was actually working for the company behind the scenes.
It'd be cool to see B.D. Johnson in the Hall of Fame.
That's how he got on TV.
I don't know any credentials to get him in the Hall of Fame, but it'd be cool to see him in the Hall of Fame. B.D. Johnson. I don't think he has the credentials to get him in the Hall of Fame. I really can't come up with any. But one guy who definitely, and there will be a spot for these four individuals. I think I talked about this before. There will definitely be a spot for John Cena, Brock Lesnar, Paul Heyman, Taker. There would definitely be a spot for those individuals.
Oh, absolutely. I can't wait to see a Paul Heyman video when he goes in.
This Paul Heyman is one of the greatest of all time. Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, thank you for joining us. By the time you get this, it will be uploaded. Thank you for joining our little rant here. But anyway, I love to just brag about Paul Heyman because Paul Heyman is a genius, man.
I'm a massive Paul Heyman fan. I'm a Paul Heyman guy.
This dude been in the business. He was 14. Literally BS his way into business. I'll tell you how it happened. One night in New York, Vince McMahon Sr. was at this steakhouse. And he was like, hey, Paul Heyman showed up. Hey, Vince McMahon promised me, Vince McMahon Sr., he promised me my backstage pass. BS. Total complete BS. And he got his pass, and the rest was history.
To be honest, he kind of snuck in, so but this guy is one of the best minds in the world. I mean, it's amazing because everybody is doing this eat, sleep, conquer, repeat stuff. They're taking it and doing other things with it.
Yeah.
Not knowing that Paul Heyman is the guy that started this stuff in the first place.
Exactly. I dare say, if Paul Heyman didn't introduce himself to Vince McMahon Sr., there would be no ECW.
Oh, agreed. I even say sometimes I think Paul's a little smarter than Vince, and I gotta be honest, I think he is. Because Vince has some stupid ideas that messed up ECW. If he would have just stayed out of it and let Paul do stuff by himself, it would have went well. But no, he messed it up. Yeah, man.
And I remember the night Vince came out and said, you know what, next week's the last ECW broadcast. I'm like, well, damn then.
After Paul Heyman left, I really didn't watch ECW. Even though it sucked from the beginning, but I gave it a chance.
Yeah.
It was okay for a little while, but then it just went to hell from there.
I think, like, as far as I don't know when it started to suck. I want to say 2008 it started to suck.
I remember 2008, the Punk and all those guys. After Punk got dropped at the Raw and won the Raw title on his first night on Raw, cashing in Money in the Bank for the first time.
That's it.
That's what Punk left ECW. And then Kane was on ECW and he got dropped to the Raw while he was ECW champion and lost it to Mark Henry.
Yes, indeed.
So that was interesting. Seeing Kane on ECW and him being the ECW champion, I was like, nah. That don't look right.
For those that don't, we're about to wrap it up in a minute. Those that don't know, can you explain what about May 19th that every wrestling fan has gets them excited?
May 19th, the
yeah.
Chainsaw's going crazy because that was the day that movie See No Evil came out.
Yeah, they had to be something beyond that because Kane went just absolutely psycho on May 19th when somebody would say that date.
That was weird. I didn't get that.
There had to be something beyond that. I'm like, come on now. There had to be something. I know the storyline. There had to be some. You gotta make up a storyline that like makes sense, you know.
Yeah.
Storylines.
On the subject of Kane, congratulations to Kane. He's now a mayor.
Oh yeah, definitely. Mr. Glenn Jacobs, congratulations, sir.
Hey, you know, I just noticed something thinking about that. It's interesting, because I've been saying WWE rules the world, and to be honest, I think they really do rule the world. If you check this out, we've got WWE Hall of Famers who have been lawyers, governors, well, not lawyers, excuse me, mayors, governors, and now presidents. You got Arnold Schwarzenegger, Hall of Famer, governor of California. Jesse Ventura, a Hall of Famer, who was governor of Minnesota. Not only was he a governor of Minnesota, he was also the mayor of Brooklyn Park in Minnesota, and of course, Donald Trump, our current president. That is insane thinking about that.
I think Donald Trump is the least deserving Hall of Famer.
No, that's not true. The least deserving is Pete Rose. No, not Pete Rose, Drew Carey. He made one appearance and did nothing. Nothing. Why are you in the Hall of Fame? At least Donald Trump did stuff. I mean, he participated in WrestleManias 4 and 5, because 4 and 5 also hosted at the Trump Plaza Hotel and Casino, which is owned by Donald Trump. It was the only time that back-to-back WrestleManias took place in the same venue. So Trump participated at WrestleMania 4 and 5. Let's not forget the Battle of the Billionaires, WrestleMania 23. That storyline when he was on Raw and he owned Raw, buying Raw through Vince McMahon. That's how the idea of the guest host everything came about. And he also appeared at WrestleMania 7, and he also appeared at WrestleMania 20. So Trump deserves to be in the Hall of Fame, but Drew Carey, absolutely not.
Well, kiss his ass, why don't you?
I don't get it. That he made one appearance. You alright, Doctor?
I'm alright. I was just like I'm just saying one thing about Trump as far as being president goes. Wasn't for Russia, he would be president.
Huh?
If it wasn't for Russia, he wouldn't be president right now.
Oh, he was going to win regardless, whether it was Russia or not. So.
Yeah, it sucks. Nonetheless,
so a lot of people don't know is that all this president stuff is all rigged. So.
Yes, sir.
Like our votes matter anyway.
Yeah. Meanwhile, ladies and gentlemen, we thank you for joining us tonight. We will be live. Let's see here. It's Tuesday. We'll definitely be live Sunday in the weeks to come before Money in the Bank pay-per-view. I want to send some love to all of to some staff here. Now, people been asking me when Uncle Jill coming. I'm sorry. He has personal issues right now to get that taken care of. But Uncle Jill will be on the show very, very soon. And you can hear all about his story with John Cena and so much more coming very soon. Check out WrestleTracks.net, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, WrestleTracks.net. And you can also follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. We're everywhere. We up in here.
Yes.
Congratulations. I thought she was going to be the princess. She's the Duchess. Congratulations, Meghan Markle. Whatever her new last name is, congratulations to you.
Okay, yeah, congratulations. For a second, I didn't know what you were talking about, but
yeah, I don't know. Okay. I don't know what her new Does Harry have a last name? He should, but I don't know. They don't use the last names over there.
Yeah, which is weird, ain't it?
He got to have a. I don't know what Harry's last name is, but she's now Mrs. Whoever. Congratulations to you. I thought she was gonna be a princess. She's a duchess.
You ever notice Prince Harry looks like Sami Zayn? If you ever noticed.
Exactly. I'm about to say. That's Sami Zayn.
What? That's Sami Zayn?
Yeah. Yes, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I'm just saying, technically, if the queen was to quick to keep the bucket, we would have a black queen. I'm just saying. If Prince William don't want the crown, whoever Harry's brother is, if he don't want the crown, they're gonna give it to Harry and his wife. And the first time they have a black queen.
I think that's going to happen somewhere down the line.
Yeah, right now, Queen Elizabeth and Betty White, the oldest two living citizens on this planet, let me tell you.
Oh, I almost forgot. Both James Ellsworth and Rich Swann debuted for it's not TNA anymore, Impact Wrestling. They just debuted for Impact. So Rich Swann and James Ellsworth are working for Impact now.
Yes, indeed. Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna go ahead and get out of here. Thank you so much for putting up with our rants. This will be available either tonight or in the morning. Thank you so much for joining us. We'll see you guys tomorrow. We'll see you next when we'll see you when we see you. Love you guys very much. Thank you for joining me, David. We'll see you next time, everybody.